Well, welcome back. We have our final round for the night. You can see that Grody unfortunately joined the Pratt Collective as he was decayed last round. So this next challenge will be a challenge outside. Each collective needs 6 players to play the game. The playing field will be this king piece. You cannot touch this king piece until you have knocked all of your opponent's blocks down. And then once all your opponent's blocks are knocked down at the end, you can go for the king. And if your team is the one to knock down the king first, you win. If you knock down the king before you knock down all of your opponent's blocks, one of your blocks gets knocked down.
Mark my words, the movie book is taking it. All right, so every time I look around, we're winning this shit and we're getting rid of this.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, throw.
It's a lot harder than it looks. First play. Wow. It's 2-4 right now. Oh man, this is tight. Oh man. All right, knock it over and you win.
Not gonna lie, nervous about all the OG Green.
Me too.
Having a. So why are you nervous?
Because I didn't. Okay, I'm just nervous in general.
Oh, yeah, fair.
I really don't know how it's gonna go, but I will say the people I've talked to so far, which is not everyone, but they've all expressed they don't want you to go at all.
But that makes me feel better. I mean, I would really like to work with you. I would love to not see a non-man go right now.
Right, they're so cute.
It's a big sausage party. Yeah.
I've been feeling good vibes.
Yeah,
the good vibes.
The good vibes are there.
Even though we haven't really talked game or much yet, I'm excited to hopefully continue.
Yeah, for sure.
Working with you. I've heard a couple of names so far, but it was kind of just putting feelers out. It wasn't anyone strongly I think this person should go. It was just kind of no one wants anyone to go, so they were kind of just well, if you have to pick, maybe these two.
Right.
And so the names I heard were Derek and Kevin. So do you have a strong preference between either of those two?
I mean, I don't really know Kevin, but I like Kevin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling in terms of OG Green? Do you think you guys are just oh, we're gonna be a force?
No. Okay, I talked to Shay and we were both we don't want, not that we want to vote a Green out, but we're not opposed to that.
Out of your folks, who do you feel best with out of the OG Green?
I would say probably Shay and DV / who's the 3-bone? Chris 3-bone? The Australian Chris.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yes.
So I really like Australian Chris.
Me too.
And Shay, I just got to talk to him for the first time, before that challenge. I feel we were in a good place. So, I mean, if you had someone you really actually wanted out, we could make it happen. I know that's also putting you in a vulnerable position of
I'm just
you have but I'm just
of anyone or of Greens?
Of anyone.
Yeah. There's no one that I feel so really strongly about.
Yeah.
Of the two between Derek and Kevin, I would say maybe Kevin's slightly more game focused. Whereas Derek is, we've just been vibing the whole time, which I love.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
Right.
He's super fun. And I'm not saying either one of those is positive or negative.
Right.
I imagine a lot of people are going to feel similarly that Shay and DV are no, we're not voting for them at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I might do a confessional while I'm in here because it's been a while.
Okay. All right.
I have a power. That's exciting. I had to do a lot of sneaking away during the challenge that I was sitting out of and crawling to the game room to solve this little chip puzzle. Justin and Two Bone Chris, I think, knew that I got a power from it. So Cody.
Hello.
Hello. Desperately needing this.
I have for you a very valuable program.
Okay.
However, I can't tell you how to activate it or what is inside of it. I've been giving hints.
You need
you
a
do
picture.
know how.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
If you know what to do with it, great.
Great. I guess I'm gonna go.
Honestly, I'm kind of enjoying the game more now that I'm like voted out. I also have gotten to learn about a number of programs that exist. I know that both Justin and Derek seem to have programs that allow a person in decay to vote in tribal council. And the fact that both of them trusted me with that information is really good. I feel like I'm in a better position to get back in if it's a vote back in. I also found out that the power that I have is like sort of a steal a vote, but I have to publicly declare who the person needs to vote for.
I'm not like sitting here like trying to be like green strong either. I don't really care about that.
If we vote out someone who's not green right now, it doesn't create a good look for us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't really care about that, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
people will think we're a core group that we're
which
that
we
we're
don't.
not.
We're not. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to more people and.
How did you see Shay and Pam immediately walk ahead together? But I also don't feel like I need to take a shot there yet.
I think that Chris and Justin, from what I can tell, definitely want that. I think Shay's potentially more open.
He was like, well, so who'd you like to go? And after talking about it, I was like, probably other Chris.
How close are you to other Chris? Not that much.
The person who I've had the least conversations with, it's like Rooster Teeth Chris.
Okay.
It's the name I would prefer.
So your preference probably would be Kevin at this point.
Yeah, unless
Okay.
unless
something
I
like
can hear some
drastically
crazy
changes. Yeah,
unless
yeah.
I can hear some crazy thing. I'll
Okay.
definitely-
Okay. I'm down for that. I'm pretty sure Trevor would do the same as well. So
The connection, I think, is something that you'll have to work on moving forward, just so you're not at the bottom.
yeah.
But personally, for me, I don't want you at the bottom. And
Okay.
I don't think Trevor wants you there.
And
If we
that's
can build that
literally
connection with,
all
like,
I need
everybody
to know.
else. Yeah.
Like, so I just need to work on other people. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I had to pick the person who I have had like almost no conversations with. It's Rooster Teeth Chris.
Chris seems fairly like green strong,
Mm-hmm.
and so I
That's
feel
the
like,
impression I got as well.
And I mean, he literally said that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can go with that mentality, and then whenever we need to switch it, we can.
Yeah.
And I guess like for me, not knowing Kevin how he thinks as much,
Mhm.
that's like more of like a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I can not agree with Rooster Teeth Chris, and
You think you
not
can use
take
that?
not even use it, but it's just like I know where his vote's gonna go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But if you had to pick,
Well,
I don't necessarily mind that. I don't think that's too much of an issue right now. I mean, they did swap together, so naturally they want to stick together. But I mean,
Yeah.
he did say he'd be willing to vote for it if it would save him. So like,
Sure. But
So-
that's a different kind of scary.
If those two already aligned from pink, then it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to break them up.
valid. They're still just two people, but I get where you're coming from.
So you, me, trying to
Can we get someone? Yes.
That's 4 right there. We just one more. I think that's what it is.
Are you like for real? Okay.
There's a person that we can work with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come in. Hey.
How are you feeling?
So, I know that, like, at least last I've heard, it seems that Kevin's name has been going around.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, I don't know what conversations you've been having.
I've heard that.
Yeah, being in decay is kind of awesome. People don't acknowledge that you're there. You just get to sort of see them. You get to see a different side of what these people look like when they're playing the game from a more objective point of view.
right? It was especially interesting to see what happens from a more objective point of view when someone like Chris walks up to a group that I'm pretty sure is voting for him, and see how they lie, and see how good of the liars they are. Which turns out DB is a very good liar.
I feel good about Shay and DB.
Yes, agreed.
I feel good about Twinica.
Yes,
I think
same.
she's very likable. I just get along with her.
Yes, same.
Derek is likable. I think I don't have as quite a strong bond as, there's Twinica, but I'm left with Justin and Chris, and I feel like I get more from Justin.
I agree. The only one who's like kind of opposed was Justin.
It's also when Shay Twinica.
That we don't like. It's like a.
I feel like Shay could be like running this if we let him go too far.
I think right now, if we don't have that much time left, that it's hard, but it's something to like
something to
keep in
consider.
the back pocket for the future, potentially. Sure. I mean, it's weird because he seems nervous, but he's playing everybody.
He's playing everybody.
My worry is always like, okay, well, if I'm just like in a list of people, am I just hearing the same thing that everyone else is? Like, what's actually the real thing with it?
I may have spoken too much to people about how I'm afraid that Shay might be running the show. I do still stand by that. However, I think I shouldn't have let people know that I think that right now. That could get back to him and that could paint a target on my back. Going into tomorrow, my plan is I'm going to try to get ahead of it. I'm going to talk to Shay and just try to explain to him like where I'm coming from, that I do want to work with him because I do think he's a great player. But I just want to let him know kind of where my heart was at before anything comes back to him that I'm like gunning for him or anything like that.
Because it did sound like Justin was saying my name, so.
Well, and so I had 2 votes. What are they going to do? Like, everybody else
Did you
is
say
voting
from
the
who?
same way.
And it's not a now thing, it's a later thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would tell all of you guys the same thing, but you've already heard your name, so I don't have to say
Yeah.
it. You already know that. I don't need to mention it to you.
Yeah.
Right collected.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you. Seriously.
Thank you so much for joining us on the final collective council of the day. I have to know, what hurts the most right now? Is anybody like, is it the legs, is it the stomach from the food challenge?
I would say what hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say and watching it walk away.
If you get this.
What hurts the most is my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
Anybody else got a musical number from me?
First challenge loss for a team not the color blue.
I hate losing, just in general. I'm a very competitive person, especially whenever it comes to like physical challenges like that.
So this is the last one. So this one's going to be pretty intense. Raise your hand if you're a Decayed player.
If you're what? A Decayed player.
Okay. Have y'all been able to have much of an impact on this vote here?
Pretty much. We basically took a position more of sounding boards than influencers. I feel like that's more appropriate position for someone in our status because we don't know if only 1 or 2 of us might actually get the opportunity to come back. It would just feel real crappy to sing someone else's game without benefiting your own.
Having Decayed status is a very fascinating perspective to have. I don't think any of us were really like trying to hard push for anything. We were watching, we were listening, just to try and like get an idea of, okay, if we do come back, how are things, right? Are we going to be, we don't want to be flying completely blind or anything, but you also don't want to just cause a mess for anyone who's still in the game and just end up making enemies. And it's especially fascinating for me because this is the tribe that I picked, and now I'm watching what happens when the tribe that I picked loses. Yeah. Well, I can't actually do anything to control that flow.
For a lot of us, it is our first time voting. It is our first time attending a collective council. There are pros and cons to attending councils, and hopefully we'll see that it's a pro by the end of it.
For the blue tribe is very low. Morale is very low. And they just seem exhausted and defeated. I mean, obviously, y'all were over there listening to Brat and sitting in a circle chilling.
They are bouncing between challenges and councils, so they really almost haven't had a chance to kind of form those bonds. And for me, anyways, this feels possibly more difficult because I've spent all day just hanging out with 95% of these people for most of the day. And so now I'm being forced to vote out, one person.
As the person with the most experience losing on this collective, this was not that hard a loss. I know, to be clear, I know that my name has gone around today, and this might be my last collective council. At the same time, the loss did not feel, it was not as soul crushing as the first two on the blue tribe.
DV, Chris? 3 bone.
I'm really sad. I wanted a final four of all Chris's. And if this goes ahead, then I don't think that this will be able to happen. It took me so long to find the correct Chris.
People were talking about voting out the people who hadn't been green. I don't really give a shit about being green strong. I'm here to win the game, not win the green tribe, It could be a move that is premature. It could be something that would end up biting me in the butt, but I think that there's value in showing that group of 3 good faith and that I want to work with them. Which Two Bone is American Chris? Two Bone. Christy, American Chris. Okay.
I'm a little concerned that Derek and I are being seen as a duo, and there's a potential that they try and break us up and vote one of us. And I've heard Derek's name, and apparently I have been the person who everyone says they want to keep safe. And 5 people have told me that. So that's not good for me. I'm not playing well in a sense because everyone knows that nobody wants to vote me out. And eventually, who are you going to vote out? The person no one wants to vote out. Listen, I think it's American Chris. He's difficult to read. He knows that I have an advantage. I told him it was an extra vote, but I kind of think that he didn't fully believe me. So hopefully everyone is being honest, and that is what is going to happen now. If not, it's probably gonna be me or Derek. And I need to work next round on getting Derek to stop saying that we're close. What is American Chris's name?
Check the drop down.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. It literally just says Chris. Chris D. Two Bone. I'm pretty sure he's Two Bone. You can tell me if he's not Two Bone, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait. Oh my God.
If you make clear to me.
I'm making clear to you that I'm voting for American Chris and not Australian Chris. Okay. These fucking names, man.
I had a lot of people coming to me with different ideas, different opinions. In one way, it made me feel a little bit safer, just because it seems like a bunch of people are willing to work with me. I'm trusting that the people that I can kind of bond with are going to be in line with this, and then moving forward, maybe we can make some bigger moves.
Chris D is the Rooster Teeth Chris. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have this right. Nothing against the guy, but I know that he was pushing to stay OG green strong, and that doesn't work for me.
Which one's American Chris?
I think that he was one of the big proponents of wanting to keep OG green together, and there was a bit of a shift, a bit of a counterinsurgence. It keeps myself, Trinica, and Kevin, all people who swapped into minority here, safe. So I'm really hoping that this goes through.
I am voting for American Chris. I think it's Two Bone. One of the Chris Bones, but the American one. I felt really bad about lying to him about who I was voting for. Although I kind of feel like he knows.
It sounds like the general way of the wind was blowing to Kevin. Unless it's me, in which case I'd be surprised. Two Bone out.
If anybody wants to play a program, this is your time to play one. Final chance. Okay. First vote. Chris Two Bone.
I think that's you. I believe that's you, correct? Three Bone. Chris Two Bone.
Next. That's 3 for Chris Two Bone. 1 for Kevin. Next vote. That is 4 for Chris Tubone. 1 for Kevin.
5.
That is 5.
That's 5. That is enough, Chris Tubone. You have been decayed.
Decayed.
Now you will go join the Blue Lipa tribe.
Oh, got boned. I'm actually curious how that all played out. Maybe I speak too straightforward. Anyway, Tubone out forever.
That is it for day 1. Congratulations for making it through day 1 of Resilience.
Today's gonna suck.
Why would you start with that?
Today's gonna be awesome. Day 2 of Resilience. So we're gonna get going with our next challenge.
To start the day off strong, we want to do just a nice little test of everybody's senses. We have 4 separate challenges. One person is going to be our touch, 2 people for scent, 2 people for sound, 3 people on vision. Awful middle
Should
ground
not
where I'm
do
tired.
scent, I think.
But then the caffeine's kicking in, so I'm like. All right, so the vision challenge. You're gonna have 5 mashed up faces. The nice thing about this game is if you get one wrong, it'll give you like a hint. They will be celebrities of some capacity. And they're specifically American celebrities, and both teams picked the Australian.
I'm pretty sure like Steve would have been pretty bad at this.
Okay,
good.
All right, you guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1.
Keith Richards? This is hard. Who is that? No, for Spider-Man. The guy with the face. He has the big smile. He's kind of creepy looking. Wayne, Walter. Just think of W names, guys. Walter, Wayne.
No, the actor's name is not.
His name. Wait. William. Right, guys, come on.
I don't know.
William.
Will
You think it's Osborne?
I would say one is William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe? Who's that?
Oh, Dafoe.
All right, you got it.
Okay.
All right, second one.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Third one.
Oh, is it the guy from Elf? Will Ferrell.
It looks like Will Ferrell. Can it be him again?
The guy that plays Mace Windu in Star Wars. I don't know his name.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
That's pod racing.
Denzel Washington.
I flopped at my parts. Sorry, I don't watch movies. I don't know actors very well.
Carry On My Wayward Son.
We're not gonna take it.
We're not gonna take it?
Yeah, is that the name of the song? We're not gonna take it.
Oh, Dancing with Myself. And Mary Tyler Moore. What's the name of that song? Buddy Holly. Or Weezer. We'll give it.
Chandelier. Chandelier.
Chandelier. Living on a Prayer.
Yeah.
I could. It's Adele. Oh, Eleanor Rigby.
American Idiot.
Whoa, nice.
Oh, Sweet Caroline.
Oh, nice.
Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you.
Away. Africa. Toto.
Bye.
Nice job. Living in the... It's Paramore.
Do I stare or do I go?
Oh, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Mr. Blue Sky. I recognize it, but it's Queen.
Don't help me.
What is love?
What is love? Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, very good.
Listen to it. There I go again.
I don't.
I know what the song is and I'm singing it. It's Mamma Mia. Let's fucking go.
Oh, is it Uptown Funk?
Yeah, let's say it.
Bruno Mars.
You are so good at this.
Twitch chat's probably like screaming what the songs are.
Not a single one of those posers would identify any song off of Napalm Death's Scum, and so
And it shows.
fuck them.
I do have the results for everybody. So we'll go down the line on how everybody did. The touch challenge, both teams got a 6 out of 6. For the scent challenge, the blue team got 1. The green team got 2. So we'll have 1 point to the green team. Then we had some fun faces that we got to go through. Blue team had a score of 3 minutes and 54 seconds. The blue team had a score of 6 minutes and 1 second. Both teams on the sound challenge tapped out without getting all of them correct. It came down to 1 point. Blue team, unfortunately, got 1 less. That's 3 points to the green team, so you guys are immune. Congratulations.
We won. So eat shit, blue team.
Like he's like, I refuse to vote for Grody, so I'm gonna vote first person I see, which was me.
I made kind of a blunder by voting Braylon. I thought Chris was also going to do that. That's a relationship I'm not sure I'm going to be able to repair, but that's okay. She's the person I'm least closest to anyway. Braylon doesn't give a lot in conversations. I'd say right now my number 1 ally is Jan. She does scare me a little bit. Like she was the one who was like, let's just drop Chris and we'll go. But I think I have a good relationship with Drew, good relationship with Santi, good relationship with Amy. So I'm hoping that those will carry me through. When they were discussing to take out Grody, it was like originally between me and him, and I can't have that happen going forward. I can't be the backup vote or the either or vote. So there's some work I need to do.
I managed to get out of a really, really tight spot, which I'm pretty happy about. Originally it was supposed to be either me or Jeremy on this tribe going. And I feel like for the most part, I haven't really burned any bridges going into this. I feel like I've built a pretty good relationship so far with T-Bone and Amy. I would really like to work with them going forward. I am really terrified of this Braylon, Santi, Chan block. I think they're going to be a problem. Hopefully, I've built good graces with Santi and Chan. I feel like when I talk with Braylon, it's been a little hard to get through.
I hope Braylon goes, honestly. I just want the people who won't have my back in decay.
That's what she's concerned by is green numbers. So she said to me, Drew.
Yeah, I've heard Drew too. That's the main name I've heard.
I'm fine with doing it. He's also really good at stuff, so like, he's probably going to pitch breaking up the blue trio because you've all been together since the beginning. So
That's fair.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? I think that Chris voted for me last round. And so a part of me wants to but I don't want to make it sound like it's like a vengeance thing, but like that's a factor I'm considering.
I mean, and I would probably be leaning towards that as well, potentially. So I guess my only reservation would be like if we lost again, like I might be next. So like that's a little bit making me uneasy. So
Chan, I want to talk with. No, it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and talk with Chan for a bit, but
don't want to consider Chris. He's our best competitor by far.
I fully agree. I feel like this round we definitely probably have Drew. So we are talking Drew, and we're pretty all set on that at this point.
So it's a fucking mess right now. So me, Amy, and Braylon are supposed to be working together, and we have Chan, and then we were gonna vote out either Chris or Drew. I would prefer that we keep Chris because Chris is really good on challenges. But Amy just pitched voting out Braylon because if we swap, then the three of us are looked at as a group, and then we could be targeted. So it does make sense that if we swap, we're 1-1, but then there's the fear of whatever 2-2, and then we're targeted that way. The gamer in me right now wants to do a blindside. I wants to blindside Braylon just because, like, it's a blindside. But then I have to pitch Shan because Shan really wants Drew. But the moral of the story here is it's not my name, and I'm in the mix of all the information.
Welcome back. We can't keep meeting like this. How'd you guys feel the challenge today?
Awful.
The kind of teamworky part of that was just, I think, assigning the senses to people. I wasn't trying to listen to the other tribe, but I just feel like we came to the decision more quickly. Like we were communicating more openly about like, here are strengths, here are weaknesses. What do you want to do? What don't you want to do?
I'm gonna trash the other tribe because it takes them forever to decide who's doing what in a challenge. We do it like in a minute. We need to speed them up. Maybe they would do some work. Maybe we need to take forever. Like maybe that's the strategy. But I feel like that they're just worse at Survivor. So
huge challenge win last night.
We finally got a break. It was so awesome. Like we all screamed and it was great.
Watching it from afar, like you guys had quite a reaction to that win.
Do you think it was too much?
No, I don't. Yeah.
He didn't think it was too much.
I don't. How did their existence on the tribe impact your strategy and your social game?
I think we value you guys as part of the team in terms of competitions, especially. So you don't know what it's going to look like. We could be voting you guys back in. You could be voting each other back in. Like we genuinely have no idea what it's going to look like.
I'm enjoying having the decay because it like for me, Steven and I started off on a little bit of a rough patch. We've been to be able to patch it up throughout the day and a half together. And I'm excited for him and Chris to have the opportunity to come back. I don't necessarily want anyone on green that's over there now to come back.
Jeremy left on pretty sour terms with our tribe as well. So like I know I'm worried about if Jeremy's able to undecay to what's the opposite of decay? I don't know. Reanimate? Sure.
The decay players without a vote also come in with the big advantage because they have information from their previous collective and they now are getting information from this collective. So I think in the event that they were to return to the game, it puts them in a better place.
I do know a lot of stuff about green and who has what. I
Look
want
into
to,
this camera and
but
tell
I'm
us
not.
Who has what.
But you know, I also want to like, if I will, but not right now.
Yeah. That is a fantastic cliffhanger to just leave everybody stuck on. Let's get to voting. We'll start with Chan. We'll go this way.
This is a move that wasn't my first choice initially. It makes sense strategically. I don't think they see it coming.
I hope this is the right decision.
I think it's between me and Braylon. I'm hoping that the relationships I build are going to get me through this one.
I'm sorry, Drew. I feel bad, but I don't feel like we can lose Chris right now. So
I think that I am hopefully safe here. I believe this is the plan.
I feel okay that it's the right decision for me in my game.
Before we get to the votes, does anybody have anything they would like to play? If no, nothing, you can go ahead. First vote, Drew. Second vote, Braylon. Third vote, Braylon. Fourth vote, Braylon. Basic math is not my strong suit. So 4 votes, that is enough. We don't have torches.
I got voted out. I was a little surprised. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't expect Amy and Santi to vote me out. It wasn't until we were doing like the actual voting part where Amy kind of gave me a look and I was like, okay. And then Chan just said sorry to me and I was like, okay, cool.